right, we got a new character coming to the game, Luthen Rael, or as I like to say, Luthen Rael Deal Holyfield. Some kind of joke. I think it's probably a boxing reference, right? I don't know. Tuscan dickhead thinks he's funny, but he's really not. Anyways, this guy is familiar, but I can't think of what he's from, what movie he's from, or what. But he's super familiar. I don't know. Anyways, light side, he's a rebel fighter, light side, and support. Key attributes: summon a rebel commander to fight for you. So is this like a Mon Mothma type situation? Is he a leader? Nope, he's a support. So what happens if you put him, I mean, he's a rebel fighter, so what if you put him under a Mon Mothma lead? Does that allow you 7 characters on your side? Or does only one of them get the chance to do a summon? Then again, if you lose somebody, I mean, Mon Mothma can do revives, but if you lose somebody, then maybe you could have your 2 summons there. So then it's almost like a separatist ship situation where you have the vulture droids, so maybe you have 3 real ships on the field, but you got the 2 vultures as well. I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyways, with Luthen on the team, any rebel trooper summoned will instantly be promoted to a rebel commander. Okay, so that's Mon Mothma again. She summons a rebel trooper, right? And instead of waiting for the time to go by for the promotion, they're just immediately promoted. I don't know how far is commander though? Is that the top tier or is that the middle tier? Regardless though, it's an immediate promotion, so that's sort of cool. Kit changes depending on the leader, Saw Gerrera or not. They say Saw Gerrera, but it sounds like you're talking about wanting to use Mon Mothma here. When not using Saw Gerrera as leader, he works best with Mon's rebel fighters. Duh, it sounds like he works best with her leader ability. Again, it says right here, any rebel trooper summoned will instantly be promoted. Well, she summons somebody, so... Has both great offense and defense capabilities. Depending on the composition and strategy you use them for. Okay. Rebel. I wonder if he'd be a good option with, like, GL Leia as well. You know? He almost seems like a actual character version of Drogon. What I mean is, isn't Drogon fake? Sortie and Drogon are the 2 that CG invented, right? So I feel like this guy is almost like a real version of Drogon. Like they got their inspiration for Drogon from this guy. Inspiration. One of our favorite characters from Andor. We leaned into the dual identities he had in the show with the Axis and Curator effects and having him work differently with different rebel fighter leaders. Every ability name was taken from the impactful monologue he gives. Okay, so he's from the Andor show? Why is he so familiar? I didn't even ever watch Andor. I wanted to, it never happened. And ironically, I hear a lot of good stuff about it. Which, doubly ironically, is, you know, I hear it's like one of the best of the Disney Plus series is. And, you know, it probably obviously ties in with like Rogue One and all that. Which, Rogue One was actually a pretty good movie too. And I hate saying that because I like Star Wars for the Force and lightsabers and Jedi versus Sith and all that. That's what I like. Like, any, like, fan films are the ones I like the most because they have a lot of that. Like, there's one with Nihilus and Traya. I mean, Nihilus and Revan. And they fight each other, and it's cool. And that's what I like about Star Wars. Where Rogue One was about regular people. You know what I mean? Yeah, Vader's in it. But other than that, it's mostly just about the Empire and the rebels, I guess. Well, rebel fighters, essentially. And yeah, so it's not really Star Wars-y in my traditional sense of why I like it, but it's still a really good movie. So I'm like, you know, Andor probably is really awesome, despite it having like no Jedi or Sith, really. But anyhow, just haven't seen it. So it's kind of weird that I recognize this guy, because I really shouldn't recognize him. But anyways, strategy tips. His kit is more offensive with Saw Gerrera as the leader, otherwise he's more supportive. So basically, under a Mon Mothma league, he's supportive. With Saw Gerrera as the leader, the summoned rebel troopers will gain the new expendable asset effect. In Grand Arenas, Luthen's Special 1, What Do I Sacrifice? Lets the targeted rebel fighter / Mon Mothma ignore taunt until the end of their next turn. So it says in Grand Arenas, obviously that's an Omicron. With Saw Gerrera as the leader, letting the rebel trooper be defeated is beneficial since it resets the cooldowns of your attacker rebel fighter allies. Whereas it's more beneficial to keep the Rebel Trooper alive with Mon Mothma as the leader. I mean, I feel like that's true no matter what. And then there's another dot, but there's no more points, so good editing there. FAQ, which is stupid. These are not frequently asked. Nobody has asked these yet because this character just released. So these are questions that you're assuming will be facts. How do we get Luthen Rael? He will be the next Conquest reward character. Wow, he's a Conquest character? I thought he was going to be a marquee. I wouldn't have thought of him as something like that level. I mean, Conquest is, you know, demi-GL. Especially with their Omicrons. They only mentioned one of his Omicrons. He should have 3 then. Which, then that goes back to what I said about a Leia lead. Maybe he would be ridiculously good under Leia. I mean, she's a GL. He's a demi-GL. What are the names of the new effects? Axes with Saw Gerrera, Curator without Saw, Expendable Asset, only for the summon. Is there a difference between Mon Mothma's Rebel Trooper and Luthen Rael's Trooper? They have the same kit design, but are visually different, so you know who summoned them. Additionally, Luthen will automatically promote the Trooper to Commander no matter who summons them. Can I have 2 summoned Troopers in the field at the same time? No. Okay, well that was actually a question I had at the very beginning, so that might not be a fact, but it was legitimately asked. So it looks like you can't. So you can't have 7, and you also can't have, like, 1 character die and then be able to summon one of these in place of him. So that kind of sucks. Oh well. I mean, I feel like that's a missed opportunity, but whatever. I mean, if that's the case, then they keep talking about Saw Gerrera. Might as well use them under Saw then. The whole point of putting them under Mon Mothma was just for potential of dual Rebel Troopers. If you can't do that, then whatever. Put him under Saw. Sounds like he's better under Saw. Everything in this Developer's Insights keeps mentioning Saw, and then it says Other for Mon Mothma, and it says he's more offensive under Saw. So yeah, might as well have him be hitting hard rather than just kind of standing around playing with his balls. Anyways, though, that's it for the Developer's Insights. The kit reveal always is the more interesting video, the one that I feel like people care more about. But considering he's a Conquest character, it's a little more exciting than usual. I thought for sure he was just a boring old marquee. Thought we'd be unlocking him in a couple days, but no, he's a Conquest, so yeah, I'm interested in seeing what his kit's all about. Because, like I said, these are demi-GLs, especially when they get their Omicrons. Their Omicrons, the whole point of them is wherever they are, whether it's Grand Arena, Territory Wars, or whatever, the whole point is they're supposed to make them basically a GL temporarily. So this guy's gonna be pretty good then. Anyways, yeah, so thanks for checking this out with me, and until the kit reveal, I said see ya.